morning, everybody, and happy TGIF Day. It is Friday, or obviously, I just said that. It's February 25th, 2022. Hopefully, I'll get some type of help today. If you want to help out, I'm going to give you a phone number to call on my behalf. I've emailed the governor and his lieutenant governor. Oh, no, phone number. Okay, there's, okay, here's a number for DeSantos, and tell him, you know, to help me. I've already emailed them, and it came from my Silence No More 333 at protonmail.com. This phone number in Tallahassee is 850-717-9337. Yeah, that's the number, 850-717-9337. So strength in numbers, anything that, you know, if you can help out just by calling him, that would help. I mean, the more voices that he hears the same song and dance from, because it's factual evidence, and the fact that my attorney is wanting to side with them. Okay, well, what part of the law is he not adhering to? He's the one who offered to help me. Does it sound like he's helping me? Having me pick up my paperwork in his bedroom? I don't think so. Because that's what's going on in Monroe County. That's a perfect example. And that's why I was taken. That's exactly why everything happened. Because I had to see it for myself, what was wrong with the picture. Because there were some missing pieces. It wasn't just all sunshine. That's for sure. Because you do not conduct business in a bedroom. Unless you're a lady of the night. And do I look like a lady of the night? No. I'm an ordained minister. And I went there with an Adidas zip jacket on, zipped up, and 3/4 length Adidas pants. So I wasn't dressed provocative, even though I was constantly accused of that most of my life. How I dressed inappropriately for my age. Well, you know what? My father not once ever said that to me. And I assure you, if I was ever dressed in an inappropriate way, my father would have told me. Both my dads always told me I looked beautiful. So it doesn't matter what anybody else tells me. Not ever. Because they're the ones. They're the reason why I'm here. One of the reasons. After him. So please help out and call Ron DeSantos' office. I would really super duper appreciate it. Let's move this thing along. Because I already have decided the garage sale deal is not going to happen. Because I'm not going to just, have them tell me, well, I can go back today after I've got business to do. And I had to lower my blood pressure all day yesterday. So I'm pretty sure 3-day vacation sounds like the perfect antidote. And they're going to pay for it. And he's like lashing out at me that they're not going to pay for all that. Well, I'm sorry. I've got corporate assets in there. And don't you dare tell me you're going to take any of them. You want to talk about a lawsuit? Just saying, I got 3 different companies. And I started a ministry yesterday, and I'll make it official with the IRS today. So, and I've done that. That's all because of that house. 4 companies in a little over a year that I did while I was sick. That's what I'm capable of, and I'm capable of way more than that. But first time around in my life, I put all my eggs in one basket and became a tax collector, and it almost took my life. And this time, I'm free as a bird, started 4 companies, and I'm sure there's going to be more. So I can dabble in whatever, and I don't have to kill myself. I'm not going to do that ever again, and I'm never going to work on a Sunday. Unless it's for him. Doing my ministry, which I do every Sunday. God's work is a reward all, and in it of itself. And I am living proof. Because everybody's looking at me, why are you so calm? Because it's God's will. I needed a break from all that nonsense. All the torture they were putting me through, the undue torture. And they know they are not to be putting stress on my life. So why do you think I'm taking my blood pressure? Now this morning, because all we did yesterday was rest. Harley only went out one time. You want to talk about feeling like a princess. She is just like in seventh heaven over here. Look at her. I mean, come now. She's like feeling like such a queen. And this bed is so comfortable. I mean, I can't even. She waited until dark to go outside. She didn't want to leave. She was so happy here. So when there's a will, there's a way. So today we're going to venture into the city and go into that Ford dealership. Why not end the week on a high note, right? Because my blood pressure this morning, I took it, and it is already, it's, no. It was 112 over 73, and my pulse was 70 this morning. So I'm back in action. When I'm completely horizontal, it's like 106. So I'm very happy with that. So I'll just keep my excitement down, and if I feel my blood pressure elevating, say a prayer. Right now they're still at full capacity in my hotel. And I'm hoping I can stay another day. I know it's going to be His will, but maybe the power of prayer will help keep me here, even though it's $300 and some a night, $361.45 I think is the dollar amount. But so I would appreciate your prayers, because it just make it that much easier to stay one more night, because I can't do business and then drive home. No way. That'll be way too much. I will be able. I'll need a nap after I do what I'm doing. So the first chapter or book that we're going to be in is 1 Corinthians. So let me get that open here. 1 Corinthians. Hannah, what are you doing over there? Okay, so 1 Corinthians. Well, there we go. I opened it right to it. And it's 7. 17 through 24. Okay. Live as you are called. What did I just say? God's will. Only let each person lead the life that the Lord has assigned to him, and to which God has called him. This is my rule in all the churches. Was anyone at the time of his call already circumcised? Let him not seek to remove the marks of circumcision. Was anyone at the time of his call uncircumcised? Let him not seek circumcision. For neither circumcision counts for anything nor uncircumcision, but keeping the commandments of God. Each one should remain in the condition in which he was called. Were you a slave when called? Do not be concerned about it. But if you can gain your freedom, avail yourself of the opportunity. For he who was called in the Lord as a slave is a freedom of the Lord. A freed man. F-R-E-E-D. A freed man of the Lord. Likewise, he who was free when called is a slave of Christ. You were bought with a price. Do not become slaves of men. That's what our country is right now. So, brothers, in whatever condition each was called, there let him remain with God. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. See how this is paralleling what's going on in the world? Do not be a slave to man. Psalm 27. Not this way. Okay. I guess I didn't go back far enough. Okay, why can't I find home today? Is not, I don't, oh, here. I was right there. Psalm 27. That's just in the latter part of it. Okay, Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Of David. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Okay, I'm going to stop here because this is exactly where I need to interject. Princess Hannah Grace wanted to go outside. Well, I asked her to go outside with me because I'm going to run to my car to look and see if I had a hairbrush in the car. So when I swooped everything up, I usually have hairbrushes in my consoles because I have a convertible Mustang and my Jeep. I take the top off all the time. So my hair gets whizzed around. So I like to be able to brush it. Well, I don't have a hairbrush with me. Thank the Lord for that. So I just go like this. Hopefully I can't get dreadlocks. And I mean, at least I wash my hair every day. But I'm using my fingers as a comb. Oh well, it works. So anyway, I take her out after I giggle because I don't have a hairbrush. And I take her around to give her a little exercise this morning, and I keep trying to get her to train to stay right with me, and she gets like a little kid squirrel and wants to go over here. So it's good for us to be out different times, just her and I, so I can train her without even being on a leash. Is that good? So we go in the front door, and the front desk guy's a little light in his loafers. Well, let me say a lot light in his loafers. And, of course, Hannah's a love. She wants to love on everybody. She took a trot through their office yesterday, and they were all just loving on her. She was the belle of the ball. They just thought it was the greatest thing. They go, she's like a big bear. I said, yes, she is. And Harley yesterday laid down out front. She just wanted to sit there and greet everybody. She just stood there looking at everybody as they walked in. It was freaking adorable. So anyway, so here he is. Oh, I'm kind of afraid of dogs. But it was so like he wasn't. I mean, I couldn't feel any kind of fear, even though he said he was afraid. And he goes, she is a really sweet dog, isn't she? And I'm like, yeah, she won't hurt you. She'll just love you to death or lick you to death or give you a big bear hug. And he goes, oh. And it was like, you could just see, it was almost like he had like this revelation that, okay, well, she's right. She's not going to hurt me. Look at her. So it was almost like he took a deep breath and let out that fear. And then you could just see that smidgen of fear that when he went, oh. Anyway, I'm like, some way, somehow, I'm going to interject that into it. So here's exactly why. When evil doers assail me to eat up my flesh, my adversaries and foes, it is they who stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war arise against me, yet I will be confident. One thing I have asked of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. Amen. Thank you for waking us up. Thank you for my listening audience. For he will hide me in his shelter in the day of trouble. He will conceal me under the cover of his tent. He will lift me high upon a rock. And now my head shall be lifted up above my enemies all around me. And I will offer his tent sacrifices with shouts of joy. I will sing and make melody to the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry aloud. Be gracious to me and answer me. You have said, seek my face. My heart says to you, your face, Lord, do I seek. Hide not your face from me. Turn not your servant away in anger. O you who have been my help. Cast me not off, forsake me not, O God of my salvation. For my father and my mother have forsaken me, but the Lord will take me in. He has. Teach me your way, O Lord, and lead me on a level path because of my enemies. Give me not up to the will of my adversaries, for false witnesses have risen against me. Oh, I posted all that on Facebook, the commentary between me and my attorney. That's a living proof. Who's he protecting? And they breathe out violence. That's exactly what he did when he sent that to me last night. Are you trying to tell me that you're not going to go for bat for me? Well, I'm pretty sure you better change your mind. Because when I talk to the right person and I tell him what I experienced when I went to pick up my paperwork from him, it's not looking good for him. Now, do you think it is? Because I want to know how many other women he's invited into his bedroom to collect their paperwork. You know, all those abused ones that he's been doing pro bono cases for. That's what I want to know. That's what I'm seeking answers for as well. Justice for those ladies. Come now. I believe that I shall look upon the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and let your heart take courage. Wait for the Lord. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. One thing have I asked of the Lord, that will I seek after. I just said that, didn't I? Wow. That I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. Psalm 27, verse 4. Identity and achievement. This should be interesting. A member of our congregation was the CEO of a well-known company. One day, however, the newspapers reported that he had been let go. Our pastor read us the email that the man wrote in response to the pastor's expression of concern. Hey, Pastor, thanks for your very kind email. I want you to know that I am fine. Although I enjoyed my job and always tried to work with integrity, my truest, deepest calling is to be a follower of Jesus. Amen. Mine is too. Being a tax collector was a rough job. Although I did love my clients. I loved our stories that we shared amongst each other. That was truly the bomb diggity. But the rest of the stress that went with it was not fun. It was not fun at all. I was not my job, so the loss of it, while somewhat disruptive to my life, as you can imagine, does not devastate me. I know that the Lord has something else planned for me. Libraries and bookstores are filled with books on how to get ahead in life, suggesting that we should be identified with our achievements. Paul says something quite different. You were bought with a price. Do not become bond servants, slaves of men. Look around. I said the new slogan for the world: God, family, and business. And you can thank the Drearys out of Texas for their beautifully written story that they shared in Chrome magazine. And the writer was Abigail. I can't remember her last name. So check into it or go down to my through my videos, and it actually reads God, family, and business. It's their story that I read and added my own stuff, and it affected my life even to the end. My life was right there with theirs. It was amazing and a beautiful story, and I believe I uploaded it on what I'm calling Love Day, Valentine's Day. That was 1 Corinthians 7, verse 23. I'm going to read that one more time. You were bought with a price. Do not become bond servants, slaves of men. 1 Corinthians 7, verse 23. Achievement is fine as long as we remember, like the CEO, that what really counts is living in the house of the Lord. Our true calling is to love and worship the triune God who makes us his own in baptism. It's that simple. They're attempting to make us slaves of men, and I'm not conforming. That's why I decided to go on a long distance road trip. And then I had a friend of mine think I've lost my mind. Why? Because she lives in fear? Why is it not okay for me to make my own decisions? I'm an adult. And I got my 2 Rottweilers with me. And I'm looking forward to this adventure because I could do missionary the whole way there. That's why I started my ministry, Heaven's Treasure Ministry, yesterday. And it was sparked by a pastor in Africa that wants to help. So I'm thrilled to death to be able to start my own ministry. I never thought I would be doing that. But it's not about me. It never was about me. It's about the world. It's about every human in it. And whatever I can do to help someone is what I will do. I'm not looking for a rose garden, although I would like some roses in my yard once I get to move back in to the house I adore and the house that I've protected ever since I've been there, unlike the owners that they were just using it as a cash cow. I've protected the asset for the lien holder, unlike them, and I can prove that as well. I've got countless photographs of the things that I've done to protect it and what they've done in neglect. Loving God, help me to cling to my true identity as your child in the face of the ups and downs of my life. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. So again, if you could help out, call Ron DeSanto's office to check out my email, watch my YouTube channel. I believe I gave him my phone number. I will call myself too today, and I will call the Lieutenant Governor. I think is her name Jeannie. I just saw it for the first time yesterday. So, but anyway, so I'll do my due diligence, and if any of you guys can help out, I would really appreciate. If anybody does know a Florida attorney, because I would like to get the ball rolling today on the appeal, so I can get back in the house before the weekend, or at least I can come back in there tomorrow. Would be great, because I'm going to stay here another day. Because I need to get some business done here, and I can get stuff done here a lot cheaper than in the Keys because everything is expensive. So I like to make this trip worthwhile when I come up this far north, which is only like 2.5 hours or so. So again, let me give you the number for Ron DeSanto's office is 850-717-9337. Maybe we can blow up his phone and he can help out. I've always had the utmost respect for an officer and a gentleman, and that he is all, and a family man. And look what he's done for the state of Florida. He just keeps, by leaps and bounds, protecting each and every one of us. And I am thrilled to be a resident of the state of Florida with him and the home, leading the pack here with his direction. That's a man of honor and integrity. So, please help me out. Whether you can contribute monetarily, your well wishes, or can make a phone call. All of it, will be eternally grateful, because this is where justice needs to prevail. This is basic contract law. There's no whistles and bells. There's nothing else. That's all I needed to be a slam dunk case. And that judge was wrong in his ruling. And it's that simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. We need to protect our rights. And I'm not the only one that has been subjected to a judge that has ruled in favor of the landlords. Everybody knows Natalie, knows I am a happy little renter. I always have been, because I was never able to take care of the repairs myself, because I never made that kind of money. So I didn't want to have that responsibility. So for me, paying my $800 a month at the Coco Cabana was much cheaper. Unfortunately, my landlord never paid for anything. So I did end up having to pay for repairs for that house until Fannie Mae took over the note because she defaulted in the loan. So then I started running for Fannie Mae, and they gave me first rights of the house. So all I've asked of them is to give me to March 6th to see if I can't raise the money. And every person that invests will get royalties for the rest of their life that they can pass down to generation to generation. It's a win-win. And I think I'm going to put I need to find out what I need to do to put my Mustang up for an auction. And I know what the minimum I want out of it. I mean, if people pay $1 and they win a $52,000 car that's only got 1,800 miles, I think is what's on it. It's a pretty good investment, don't you think? I just need to get out of it enough that I can buy stuff to keep going forward and pay for, incidentals. Since the person that promised my father on his deathbed, he has our girl, and promised to take care of me financially until I could take care of myself, is no longer returning any of my phone calls. And I've done nothing wrong. All I did is love him unconditionally and clean up all of his messes throughout all his businesses, including we're both sued for this house together, and he's done nothing to help me. So I'm cleaning up yet another mess, and this will be the final one that I'm cleaning up for him, to help him yet again. I just have to keep doing my due diligence, because that's what I signed up for when I became a tax collector, even though I sold my practice on 11/11/2019. It's who I was always been, and I will always be. So please help any way you can, and I appreciate it more than you'll ever know, and so do my girls, my beloved girls. So love to all, bunches and bunches.